Okay, Dave Parrish here. Got another video for you. It's been a couple weeks or so. But today's topic, let's jump into it. Classic to next gen. So this video is for not new users who immediately go to next gen, but for us old time builders who have a classic app. And Knack will give you the ability to switch to the next gen. I'm going to do a basic overlook. I'm going to take a simple app, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to poke around a little bit, and then I'm going to talk about what comes next, a few of the questions surrounding this. So I'll be right back. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to get out of this. I want to call up an app. I got to get my face out of the way here. Now here's a simple app. This is the app I built for myself. I did a video on this too. It's a CRM sort of to-do list for me for my projects. Not lots of detail stuff, but major things I got to get done for all the different clients I have. And as you can see, it's pretty darn simple. There's only 3 tables. My clients, what the task is, overall task, and the notes on that task. Let's take a look at it real quick. My mouse is acting up. Here it is. I'm able to look at all clients that I have in the system. I can look at just active ones, but the main interface is for me to look at items I have to do. Here's a client that wants me to do some edits. This is a basic overview of the edits. Same here. I have links to an Excel sheet where I keep my notes, and this is the details of the edits. It may be in an Apple note too. And then there's a link to the app itself, so I don't have to go cruising around logging into the Knack, navigating. It takes me right to it. It has just a little bit of code. No JavaScript. And it's got some CSS that do some sticky header stuff. And I have, if you can see here, some rules that change the color, makes it bold. The sticky headers work. That's it. No crazy functionality in it all. Good test for a basic thing. Now let's go look at this. Switch to next gen. By the way, right now you have to ask to have the ability to do that. And prior to this video, I talked to their support. I said, well, when is this going to roll out for everyone? They said it's probably going to happen this month in September, or at least pretty darn soon. So you folks that have just the classic and want to test out the next gen, you're going to have the ability to do that pretty soon. I'm sure you'll get a notice. But let's do this. Switch to next gen. Here it is. We're going to see different looks on the back end. I'm not going to get, this video is not to say, hey, here's how you use next gen. I'll do that more as I'm getting more and more used to it. This reminds me of several years ago we had the old builder. It was called that when the new builder started coming out. So we had the old and then the new, and that was, I think, largely cosmetic. And it took a while, especially for us builders that were entrenched in the old stuff, meaning we already had a lot of momentum going with all the old stuff, to get used to the new ones. And it didn't take that long. You got very used and you were comfortable with the new stuff. Now the new builder is going to be called Classic. And then we got the next gen. So I'll do more videos on how this functionality actually works. But let's go take a look at it. Here's the old one. Let's go to the live app. Here's the new one. I'm going to toggle back and forth. The new builder, next gen, is known to have a cleaner interface, and it does. This isn't that robust of interface, so I'm not pushing it to really see what it can do. But I'll notice this, sticky headers are here. And since they don't have, well, they have CSS. Let's go look at that. They just allowed CSS. They don't allow JavaScript yet. I'll get in that. API encode. JavaScript, nothing. CSS. I don't have, it didn't take the CSS over. So I don't know if it knew it wanted sticker headers, or that's a new functionality, or whatever that's going on. The coloring happened automatically. The bold happened automatically. It appears that all the functionality is the same. Now let me tell you a thing about this. I'll get into more detail. The old look is based on the system that they already have. The new system is based on something called React, and it's a completely different system. This is all having to do with the UI, the user interface. All the structure of the data and all the database stuff you do, the calculations and the stuff you do to make the data work is all the same. All the stuff we're talking about here is just how it's presented. That's the difference, the main difference. And it seems pretty clean. I'm happy with it. I'd probably stick with this new one. Now, one thing it doesn't do is pivot tables, which would be an issue with a lot of my apps for reporting on financials and other stuff. Another thing it doesn't do yet is e-commerce, the new one. I'm not sure the time frame on that. I have a lot of e-commerce apps too. So you're going to choose if you want your app to move over and the benefits of it. Let's see what else we got. I think that's pretty much it. Everything, it transferred over pretty smoothly. Now look at this. I got something else up here. Here is another app I have. It's not 3 tables. It's a whole bunch of tables. And it's a really complicated app. It's an accounting app. On the pages side, ton of pages. And they keep going down and down and down. There's more and more. I'm not even going to try to move this over. I'm not sure what people will do in that thing. One other thing I want to bring up is Kara did this thing. And I'll put a link in the YouTube video for this in my blog. Talks all the details of what's going on with next gen. What I mentioned about this React versus the old style that they had that uses jQuery. What they're moving over and what they're not. The future of Classic in terms of future upgrades. There's a lot of interesting stuff here, but it all seems positive. So far, I'm happy. It's new, so you get like, okay, I got to learn all this new stuff. It's going to slow me down, but that's how things go. I'd suggest taking a look at this if this topic's of interest to you. But that's what I have. A basic look, and it looked pretty good. Complex stuff I'm not going to touch yet, but the new stuff. And it's going to be available for you soon. If you're a builder, building your own app, you can check it out. Or if you're one of my clients and you're interested in migrating over, we can discuss what's going on there. That's what I got. Thanks, folks.